Battlefield 5 has suffered from a plethora of issues upon its release late last year. Stuff like visibility, one-frame deaths, etc. The list can go on and on and on, and you can probably fill it in better than I can because there's so many issues. However, one of the biggest problems I think this game suffers from is the deterioration of teamwork amongst players and, more importantly, squads. It seems that every time I play this game, no matter what time of day, no matter for how long, I seem to run into the same issue over and over and over again, and that is teammates. Shitty teams that lose games for me, lose games that are close, lose games that, we're on the brink, we could have won, but then something happens along the way. No one revives each other, no one gives out ammo, no one really does anything. That's the problem. No snipers, half the fucking team are sniping in the back of the map, so you can't even spawn on them. Because you just have to run all the way to the objective again to die. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, let me tell you something. When I got into Battlefield 2015, about 2015-ish, with Battlefield 4 when it was on PlayStation 4 and it was at the end of its life cycle, I thought one of the things that drove me to this game was teamwork. How players work well with one another and how there's different combat roles for each player. And I don't know why that appealed to me, but it did, and I really fucking enjoyed it, and it was really good. And then Battlefield 1, you start to see a slight decline. No one's reviving anyone. No one's giving out ammo. No one's trying to take out tanks, even though and people that are in tanks on your team are sitting in the back of the map shooting fucking enemies that they probably shouldn't be able to see, but somehow, some way they still see them, and they're just fucking killing 3, 4, 5 people at a time every couple of minutes just because they're just sitting in the back of the map. What happened to us as a community where that's how we now play a game? Especially a Battlefield game. A franchise that is kind of built more or less on teamwork between squads and overall players. And this game doesn't really do it. This game suffers from that issue more so, I think, than any other Battlefield I personally have played in quite some time. I'll tell you why, because it's so fucking difficult. It really is, man. I play Conquest, and I play with the absolutely most abysmal people ever. I don't know how. I guess I'm just unlucky, where I just find these players that are just the worst fucking players in the history of Battlefield. And they sit there, they fucking sit in the fucking bushes, they're like MMG bipoding and shit, because that's a fucking thing. There's the issue of snipers, which really more or less started in Battlefield 1, where snipers would sit in the back of the map and wouldn't even push objectives, more so in game modes like Operations. Medics started, really just don't even revive as much anymore, even though you just saw me get revived. But this, like I said, this video in particular is sort of more or less a special case, because we were actually kind of working together well I was working together well with other players as well as other teams and whatnot. But it's just, I don't know what happened, man. It's just such a pain to just play. Why is it so hard to play a game and do your job as a fucking whatever you are, an assault, where you have to take out tanks, which no one does that either. Don't know why. No one really does that. It's really fucking weird to me how people can be content with just fucking running past teammates that they could save so you can help push an objective, even when I'm no one's around me and I'm dead for some reason. Medics will just fucking run right past me as if I don't even exist. It's weird. It's annoying. It's just, Oh my god. And then ammo. No one fucking throws ammo anymore, of course, given the attrition system. That was sort of a given to begin with. I mean, I should have known with the attrition system, these combat roles would be rendered to almost uselessness. I don't even fucking know, man. It's just, I get frustrated. The more I talk about this, the more frustrated I become for some reason, because I love Battlefield. I really do. I love the game. I'm not so much of a fan of Battlefield 5, but I do love the fucking overall franchise of Battlefield and what it does, and I wish this game could go back to the times of teamwork where were like fucking 3 or 4 squads, or at least, are, you know, trying to do everything they can to win the game, and it's a close game, and everyone's like, oh shit, we gotta go to this objective, we gotta go to this objective. Instead, fucking teams decided that instead of trying to keep objectives, or trying to gain objectives and keep them, they just decide to lose all their flags. Like, all of them. This, of course, that was another thing I started to notice in Battlefield 1 as well, was teammates fucking just stopped defending. It's like, okay, we'll stay around the area, we'll try and cap a flag close by, and we'll run back in case anything happens. You know, instead, it's, okay, let's cap a flag. Oh, what's the other flag that hasn't been taken yet? E, on the other side of the map? Sure, let's fucking get that one. Meanwhile, the entire enemy just ran around them, and they just back-capped, or they captured all of the back-caps from A through D. So, and that was something that happened early in this game as well. Was in this, I don't know if I showed it, but at one point we cap a flag, and then we realize, oh fuck, all of our flags just got captured by the enemy forces. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? And then the other issue I have is spotting. No one fucking does that anymore either. Of course, 3D spotting, as I pay for that teabag, 3D spotting, of course, is nowhere near what it is now, what it used to be. And that, of course, doesn't help the teamwork aspect either. I think removing 3D spotting was a fucking stupid idea. What they should have done, and what I would have done, was keep 3D spotting for only, and I mean only, squads. That way, if you die, you're like, oh shit, your squad member's like, oh shit, I think he marked him right before he died. I can go kill him, and hopefully, if I get the opportunity, I'll revive him too. So, I don't know why that was so hard. They just removed it entirely, and only a couple, like 1 or 2 classes can do it properly, and no one even knows how to fucking do it. Because there's some... I watched a video from Level Cap a couple weeks ago, and he said something along the lines of this. I might be getting the words twisted, but who knows? He said something along the lines of, there's like 3 or 4 types of... There's 3 or 4 things in these classes that they have that could allow you to spot, whether it's vehicles, people, whatever. And yet, for some reason, no one does it. Like, no one either, and this is just me talking now, but either no one knows how to, or just no one bothers to. I've had a couple of instances where spotting has helped me, but it's very, very rare that I even see anybody spotted to begin with. And judging by the fact that this game already suffers from visibility issues, it's like, holy shit, where are these guys? Especially on Devastation, too. It's like, holy shit, where are these guys? Oh, he's right under my nose? Fuck, I wish someone would have spotted him so I could have seen that motherfucker. That sort of shit. And then when it comes to vehicles, no one does a fucking good job of destroying those things either. I mean, not for nothing, the fucking vehicles in this game take like 3 or 4 fucking Panzerfausts and like 2 or 3 Piat bombs. So it's like a pain in the balls just to take those out, and no one even bothers to do that either. It's like in Battlefield 4, I remember when I was playing with the squad, I marked a vehicle, or someone marked a vehicle, that fucking thing was gone in a couple seconds. Because if everyone had an RPG or a rocket launcher, or someone had an RPG and a rocket launcher around me, there was a better chance of fucking taking that thing out, so it didn't have to bother us anymore on the objective. I mean, holy shit. How far has teamwork fallen in this game? It's really sad. If you really think about it, and you think of all the experiences, maybe my explanation may not have helped you, but if you really think about it on your own time, all the times you play Battlefield, and you say to yourself, teamwork went pretty well then you think about stuff like Battlefield 1. Teamwork was okay. Battlefield 5, goddamn near non-existent in my opinion. It suffered a deterioration that I don't think any game has seen teamwork deteriorate ever. And I mean, Call of Duty is a completely different case because team-based were always shit. But that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. I'd love to get your thoughts on this. This is just something that's going to plague Battlefield for the future. I just have a bad feeling. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon.